What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. And you know we continuing this RPG war. We going hard. And so, you know what time it is. It is time for a tier list ranking. I probably need to turn my music down a little bit. Y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear what I'm saying. Hopefully that's good enough. Alright, so with the RPG war going strong, man, they announced, so supposedly SMT supposed to be having some gameplay reveal stuff coming up. It better be worth it too. I swear, if I'm gonna be so pissed if it's not worth it, man. I promise you. Because y'all know how long I've been waiting for this game. Y'all know how long I've been waiting. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I can't wait to see what Nintendo is going to show for the game. And I said this in my last video. I said that Nintendo is going to show some. They better show some SMT5, or I'm going to lose it. Because you have to show SMT. Anyway, let's get down to this SMT tier list. Man, I'm ready for this. Because this is one of my favorite series of all time. And you know we had to do this for the RPG war. It's hype in this mug. Let's get into it. So here we go. Now, this is only including the games that I have played, okay? This is not including any other games. It's just the games that I have played. So we got Digital Devil Saga, we got Persona 3, Persona 1 through 5. We got Devil Summoner 1 and 2. I'm not including, I think the only games I'm missing is Strange Journey. It's another one too. I got Devil Survivor 1 and 2. I did play both of those. What's another one I'm missing? Oh, SMT 1 and 2, I guess. And then the If game. The online SMT If game. I guess I'm missing that too, but I'm not counting that one because that was an online game. I did play it though. I did play it. Don't count me out. I did play that bad boy. Anyway, let's start off with the Persona. We might as well start off with Persona and then go from there. Alright, so a lot of people may... Alright, so... I can't fake. I didn't like Persona 1 and 2. I can't even fake, man. Like, I just hated the first person, the view of the game. I'm like, oh my god, this is annoying. Going through these dungeons and it was interesting, but I mean, it was the same thing with SMT4. I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but that's just something wasn't my preference. I like running around a dungeon. They also had that option in SMT Nocturne as well. They had the option for you to have it in first person view if you wanted to. I didn't want that shit. But anyway, let's go back to Persona 1. Okay, so Persona 1, the characters were cool. The characters were definitely cool. Can't remember the names of them. It's been forever since I played Persona 1. But I can tell you everything about 3, 4, and 5. But Persona 1 and 2, I don't really remember too much of the characters' names. And that goes the same with SMT character. Kind of like how it was with the Tales tier. But the game was dark. They were fighting off demons. This post-apocalyptic thing came in on these kids while they were in school, and they just thrown into this apocalyptic world and have to have the power of personas to go fight off evil, right? That's kind of what the basis of this game was. Man, I don't even remember the ending of this game. But since it was the first one, it was still fun. I like the gameplay. This one was like on the PS. I played the PSP version. I didn't play the PlayStation 1 version. I played the PSP version of both 1 and 2. Because I actually came back to play this game, which that was rough coming from 3, man. 3 was like 3 compared to 1 and 2. That's a whole different ball game. But when I played 1, it was great. It was straight. So off the rip, I would give Persona 1 a B ranking. Because mainly because I didn't like the I'm not a big fan of the first person dungeon scrolling, which is that can get me turned around like a motherfucker. I can't like it got me turned around sometimes. I just wasn't a big fan of it, but it was still a fun game. Still a good JRPG, still a good turn based. They had the little grid where you could do place characters in the back, place characters in the front. The ones in the front took the most damage, and then you had the now this one you couldn't get different personas. I don't remember. I don't think you could get different. I think they had their main personas that they played with, and you leveled them up. But it was still cool. Persona 2 was a lot better. They still had the little first person roaming around dungeon bullshit, which was fine. I still didn't like it though. The characters I think were a little bit better though, especially because it was split into 2 parts. It was like Persona 1, then they had Innocent Sin, but they re-released it on PSP as one game. I would put Persona 2 ahead up over Persona in A ranking because it was definitely a step above, and it was great, man. I loved it. I loved it. It was a great game, man. It was still fun to play. I loved it. It was good. All right. But since I don't remember too much of the 2, I can just remember like little bits and pieces of the characters and the gameplay and whatnot. Those just from what I just remember having more fun with Persona 2 than Persona 1. Now let's get into the big boys, the ones that really got me into Persona, which is 3, 4, and 5. 3 mainly. Okay. Right off the bat. 3, I'm just going S rank off the rap. Right off the rap. Persona 3 was phenomenal. That game was phenomenal. It was dark. I liked every effing character. From the main character who name you can know him as Minato or whatever. And then you had Mitsuru, you had Akihiko, my boy. I hated Junpei though. Wasn't a fan of Junpei. He got cooler later on in the game. But I hated him at first. But Mitsuru, Fuka, I think her name was. And then Aigis. I mean, man. Then what made now each Persona game you always fighting the main entity at the end of the game. You always fight the main entity. And Persona 3 was actually the first one that introduced social links. This game opened up a whole new barrier of how RPGs were played. So this game automatically goes in the F and S rank, man. And man, the fact that you can get social links and build up those social links to go with the characters and build up the personas that you get when you make them, and the story, it was just and it was dark. Like the fact that, like, not to be too morbid, but like the fact that they had to shoot themselves to some of the personas was unique, and I'm like, what the hell am I playing? It was a game like I was just like, what the hell is this? I don't know, but it is awesome and fun. I can't stop playing it. The characters are great. The story is dark. It's gritty. The ending, man, the ending was alright. That's one thing. Okay, so that's one thing that kind of drew me off, like, that pissed me off about Persona 3. The ending was okay. Spoiler alert. Before I go any further, spoiler alert for anybody who haven't played Persona 3. But now, I don't know if I should say it. Anyway, I'm not gonna spoil it. I'll let people go and play the game for themselves. People need to play Persona 3. Anybody who's going and getting into Persona and playing Persona 5 and all of them, they need to go. But see, that's the crazy thing. They have not re-released that game on any other platform, man. Only one they re-released was Persona 4 because Persona 4 took off like a mud before out of any of all the Personas. It was definitely one of the most popular ones. But anyway, that game, it was just so damn good. And then you had the little kid too. His story was interesting. One of the characters actually died. I'm like, I'm not gonna spoil who, but it was sad. It was a sad death. But man, play Persona 3. It was definitely good. Give it an S rank. Gameplay was good. They had the sequel to the actual game, which was called The Answer. Which was actually, you played that after you beat the main game, which added even more hours to the game. I put over like 200 hours into the game. Definitely play that game, guys. Play it. It's dope. Anyway, that's it for Persona on that one. S rank. Without a further, that's S rank. You guys gonna be surprised by this list because it's probably gonna be a lot of games that go into S rank. All right. So next one up. Persona 4. Oh, are we on 4? Yeah, Persona 4. I'm playing that now. Automatically. S rank. Automatically S rank. Automatically. The game is too good. Game is too good. First game, Persona 4 was the first Persona that came, well, it was the one that really made Persona blow up. Persona 3, not a lot of people played it. But when 4 came, man, 4 blew the hell up. I don't know why, to be honest with you. Maybe it was the bright yellow color. I don't know. But Persona 4 blew up, man. I don't know. That game was good. Now, what made this game so unique is that it was in a different setting. Persona 3 was more likely more in the city and in the metropolitan area, whereas Persona 4 was more in the country, like in a Japanese country hometown. It had a really Japanese anime feel to it. All of the Persona games have an anime feel, but Persona 4 was really anime. I really got an anime feeling from it. I think that's why a lot of people drew to it too, because it was really anime. It was really anime. But the characters, man, Narakumi, Kari, whatever his name was, he was dope. Rise, you got Yukiko, you got Chie, Yosuke, the best friend character out of any of the Persona games. Next to Ryosuke in 5 though. Ryosuke was pretty dope, but we'll talk about him later. Yosuke, you had who else? Naoto, I said Chie already, didn't I? And you had what's the guy? The Kanji. You had Kanji. Then you had Teddy, the mascot of the game. Man, like this game was dope, man. It was really dope. So, yeah, definitely for sure S rank for this game. S rank. And then, man, we got Persona 5. I can't even fake y'all. 3 through 5, S rank. All of them S rank. S rank for all of them, man. It's like 3, 4, and 5 changed the game for Persona, man. God, what Persona 5 was so dang stylish, and you can see like the different color themes between all the Personas. Persona 3 was blue. Persona 4 was yellow, and Persona 5 was red. And like the whole thief narrative in Persona 5 was definitely unique and cool. How they became phantom thieves, stealing the peoples. And then what's cool about every one of the Persona game was, mainly in 4 and 5, Persona 3 didn't really too much delve into because in Persona 3 you actually had guys you were going up against, they were bad guys and stuff like that. But in Persona 4 and 5, it was about what I could say, self-accountability. Both of the games were about self-accountability, which was deep, man. It was deep. Those 4 and 5, I give them their props, man. I guess that's what breaks off 4 and 5 from each other, from 3. As 3, you had like different guys. Like you had the little dude that looked like a white Jesus. You had to fight him, and then you had that whole crew. You was going against that whole crew for a hot minute till you had faced the real threat. Whereas in 4 and 5, you had an entity that was blaming humans for not, really being self-accountable for a lot of stuff and building up hatred to form this entity that fed into them, and then you had to face and kill and give faith back into humans. It was crazy. So yeah, so 4 and 5 they based off of that. I give them games those props, man. Those are some of my favorite games of all time. Just dope, man. Just dope. Alright, so now we're going into uncharted territory that probably a lot of people have not played. So we're gonna we'll do the DS games first. I forgot one. I forgot a game. Hold up, let's see. I forgot one more game to add. I thought I put the in there. Hold up, let's see. Hold up. It is in there. What the hell? What? That's crazy. It's not showing up in there though. That's weird. What is it? Is it a different type of file? Okay, we'll do it like this then. But yeah, it's one more game I gotta add in there. Now I'm surprised it wasn't in there. I thought I had it. It's in my file, but it's not actually in the dang on folder. But we're about to go into some uncharted territory. This game actually got re-released not too long ago, man. They re-released it on, actually re-released like a week ago. It was like a week ago when they re-released this game. Which is surprising that it got a re-release. I'm still surprised by this. I don't care what anybody say. That is the most surprising thing I have ever seen. For this game to get effing re-released. Was not expecting it at all. But I was happy about it. Totally happy about it. Okay. Let's see. It should be in there now. Yep, it's in there now. Oh my god, it's so ugly. It's so ugly. Oh, we're gonna get it, you guys. But yeah. This game, yeah, what I was saying, this game got re-released. And yeah, I enjoyed it a lot, man. It was one of my favorites as well. But before we get to that one, before we get to that game, at least, we gonna do Uncharted, do the other games first of the Shin Megami, because these games here are games that like a lot of people have not played in the SMT series, so there we go. All right, well, it's still the other ones in there, but that's all good. That's all good. Alright, so alright, we're back in this. Alright. Okay, so alright, so yeah, well we gonna leave, yeah, don't mind my SMT3 other one in there, but we're gonna go off into one of the other SMT games. We're gonna start with the DS games. Let's go with Devil Survivor. Alright. Devil Survivor was dope as fuck. I'm gonna give this game an A. I'm gonna give it an A. Devil Survivor was good. A lot of characters. All the characters were dope, man. All of them were dope. I remember the brother. I think his name was like Naoto or something. That you was chasing him around Tokyo and going down in that. Now the difference between Devil Survivor and the rest of the Persona series and the rest of the SMT series, that it was a strategy game. So it was a lot different than the other games. And for me to like a strategy game, that's effing rare. Like, that's rare as all get out. But I definitely give it an A ranking. The gameplay was good. The only thing, like, my gripe with strategy games is that battles take so damn long, man. I put an hour into a battle one time. I'm like, dude, it's just one damn battle. I'm like, golly. But I eventually beat the game. The game was really good. I have a lot of fun with it, making the personas and then putting them against each other. And then it was on DS too, man. I rarely played my DS, but when I did play my SMT games, and they were just fun. So, but I give it an A rank, man. I give it an A rank. It was hella good. I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed it hella a lot. We're gonna go to the next one. It's not too much I can't tell you about story-wise and the characters. I know that there was a shit ton of characters you could add on your team, though. There were a lot of characters that you could have on the field. It was fun, though. And the fact that they could summon, like, little different demons and stuff everywhere, man, that game was good. I had a lot of fun playing it. Now, for Devil Survivor 2, that game was good, too. I'll probably give it a B ranking, though. Because I couldn't get into the game like I could Devil Survivor, and I don't know if it was during that time where I was really getting off handheld games, because they re-released it they released actually both of them on 3DS, and by that time I had already beat Devil Survivor original on the DS, and then I played Devil Survivor 2, and by that time I was just like, handheld games was just, oh my god, they were just a chore, man. It became a chore to play them, and I rarely played handheld games. I was hardly ever on the road or anything like that to play it. But it was still fun, and I enjoyed it. I just never beat it. I never got a chance to beat it. I played it. And this is probably the only game on the list that I have not beaten was Devil Survivor 2. That's the only one I haven't beaten. Maybe I would have liked it better if I had beaten it or not, but I give it a B ranking because even halfway through the game, I love the characters though. The characters were great, but even halfway through the game, I had to end up watching the anime to like see the story. But halfway through the game, it was just okay to me. And it was just okay to me. I just couldn't get further ahead in the game, and it was all right. But that's it for that one. All right, Shin Megami Tensei 4, the next one. We're gonna rate this one next, since that was also a handheld game. Which, and for the love of me, I do not understand why they put that damn game on handheld. I do not understand it. But you know what I get that game? A damn S ranking, man. A goddamn S ranking. That game was the shit. For a handheld game, oh my god. I still got my collector's edition. I should show you guys, but I still have that collector's edition that I had bought for that game. That game was the shit, bro. I love that game. It was hard as hell, too. You talking about a hard-ass game? Shin Megami Tensei 4 was hard as hell, you guys. Hard as hell. But I enjoyed that game to death, man. I played that game non-stop, going through the dungeons, getting the some of those dungeons were ridiculously hard. Like the battle, you can get wiped out like that in this game, and that's like most SMT games. You have to exploit weaknesses and shit like that in order to get the head ups in the game, because otherwise you gonna get fucked. But in this game, it was a whole different ball game, because I made one fuck up and you die. You gotta start that whole dungeon or wherever you saved from to continue on, man. That dude, oh my god! And this game did not have that fucking that first person view. I'm glad they took that shit off of that game, dude. But dude, S ranking all the way. Characters were cool to interact with. It was really fun. I had a lot of fun playing that game. I think the world was really that struck me on that game too. So the world was really top notch in that game. Top notch. So S ranking for sure. Alright, next one. Y'all gonna be tripping out because it's only one other. Okay, so we doing Nocturne now. Hey, S rank 2. Dude, Nocturne 3? Nocturne 3 was that was a turnaround for just the SMT games in general. I say the whole PS2 had some classic SMT games that were just, they were good. They were so damn good, man. Like, God, all the SMT games were good as hell, man. So, like, man, Nocturne was dope, man. Nocturne 3, when you playing as the Demon Fiend or whatever, you get to fight between heaven or hell. Well, you actually end the fight between heaven and hell. The cool thing about the Nocturne was that you didn't have actual, like, demons that you didn't have party members. Now, you did have factions that you could join, and these factions included classmates or people that you knew before the world went to hell and became all apocalyptic. Because at the beginning of the game, the world was all apocalyptic and got turned into hell. And you pretty much traveling around the world, talking to people, joining factions, and figuring out what you want to do. If you gonna try to save the world or like whatever you gonna do. Alright, spoiler alert. Now this, I'm gonna actually say it. And you also meet Dante, and you meet actually one of the guys from Devil Summoner with Rido. You meet him as well, which I didn't know. They said in the Maniac edition of the PS2 version, see, they said that in this one that just came out for PC that there's a Maniac mode where you get to play as Dante. But I'm like, Dante was an original game, so that confused me. I don't know. I don't know what they talking about with that. Dante was in the original game. That ain't shit new. And they charging extra for that, so I was like, yeah, I ain't know Rido was an extra. In the original game I played, Dante was the extra. But I want to play the one where you play Rido. But so Nocturne, man, I like the feature of Dante and the Labyrinth of Amala. The Labyrinth of Amala was dark. It was spooky. it was hard. The Labyrinth of Amalin was a hard ass dungeon, man. It wasn't hard to where like it was game breaking hard, where it pissed me off hard, but it was hard. You had some hard bosses in there. Negotiating with the demons can be kind of tough, but some of the bosses in the game were ridiculously hard too. But other than that, the game, man, that game was hella good, man. And talking to the demons and negotiating with certain demons in the world to unlock other stuff. That Nocturne 3 was the shit. That was a SMT game, man. That was and I knew, man. That's why they brought that shit back. Cause Nocturne 3, forever good, man. Forever a classic. Forever good. Dope to the core, man. Dope to the core. And you didn't even have party members. The story of just following the different factions in the world and understanding the world that's going on is what made that damn game. That game was amazing, man. It didn't even need, like, that game was good. That's all it is to that one. S rank. And I got another Nocturne picture that got messed up, but whatever. Put that in S rank too. But, alright. So, next game. What we gonna do? Let's do Digital Devil Saga. Alright, let's do Digital Devil Saga. The first one? Nah. S rank. S rank. That, man. Good ass game. Great ass characters. You had 4 characters. You had Surf. You had the pink haired chick. You had the dude that transformed into the flying demon. And you had Flame or Heat or whatever the hell his name was. Dude with the red hair, who was a dope character. The characters was and then you had the other chick with the whip or whatever. I forgot her name too. Then you had Sarah, which she was not playable in this game, but you had to save her or talk to her or do something with her in this game. But this game also took place in like a post-apocalyptic world. This game, I'm not gonna spoil this one because I want people to play this one. I want them to actually. They may make an HD remake of this. If they did Nocturne, I feel like they'll do a Digital Devil Saga too. This game was kind of like a Matrix type game. You understand? Like if you get what I'm talking about, it was kind of like that. It was a Matrix type game. Dope though. Dope, man. Great story. Awesome story. Man, I loved it. Gameplay was great. The transforming into demons. Now this one didn't actually have demons that you actually caught, like or negotiate with to get them on your team and all that. You actually fought these demons. You actually fought the ones that you know summoned on your side and all that stuff. They were actually main bosses and stuff like that. But man, the transforming into the demons and stuff like that, that shit was hella dope. That, man, hella dope. But S ranking all the way, dude. It was hella fun. Gameplay was. They had some hard demons. They had some hard bosses in there too. They had some difficult bosses. I say that. If I remember correctly, some of the bosses in there were hard. Somewhere, but that's with any SMT game. Most of the SMT games were difficult to play RPGs. All right, so that's it for Digital Devil Saga. Next one. Digital Devil Saga 2. Alright. Okay, so this one, I'm putting it mainly in the A rank because of the goddamn ending, man. I did not like how they concluded this game. This first one was so good in the story, and the way they concluded it was so trash to me. It was so trash, man. Like, oh, God, dude. If they could have ended that game a way better than how they ended it, but I just did not like how they ended it, man. Now the gameplay definitely improved tenfold in this game. Digital Devil Saga 2's gameplay was amazing. I loved it. It was great. Enjoyed it a lot. Like, it was hella fun, man. You talking about a good ass game to play? Oh man, I had fun with that damn game, bro. That game, like, what made it different was the game moved smoother, and they had this little thing. Well, I think, yeah, they had the Devour system in the previous game too, but in this game they had a mode to where if they get hunger, they go into like this hunger state, and they become half demon, and then they go into this rage mode, and man, that shit was cold. That shit was cold, man. The graphics were better. The graphics were actually better in Digital Devil Saga 2. So that was it felt like a sequel. That game felt like a sequel. But I give it an A though, because mainly I'm giving the A solely on the ending. If that ending was better, it'll definitely be an S rank. But solely on the ending, no, A rank. A rank by far. Okay, now we go into one of my favorite games in the SMT series. Freaking Devil Summoner. First one, S rank. S rank all the way. S rank all the way, man. This is actually Atlus's first, I think it's their first action RPG. And this actually, okay, I ain't gonna say an action RPG in general, but this is because they published Demon Souls, didn't they? Okay, so no, I'll say this is the only action-based game in the SMT series. Was Rado versus the army of the demon, or whatever they call the first one. And dude, so gameplay top notch, guys. Top notch. The fact that I can summon the demons that you guys see in Persona, that you summon like as personas and shit like that, they actually fight along on your side and shoot ice, and you can control and mix magic up with them and shoot the magic out your gun, or combine it with your sword and shoot Gale Slap, man. Y'all, man, I'm getting hyped just talking about this game. Dude, that is one game I would like to see remade. Is Devil Summoner. Devil Summoner was great. I love Devil Summoner, man. That game, the first one was off the chain. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Yup. Sure is. Sure, man, both of them was good. Story was good, and both of them, the cool thing was you playing this detective, trying to figure out what's going on in the world of the occult, and the characters were great to talk to. Like the characters that, like the detective that was your sidekick, was a cool character, cool cat. The chick that the people that you talked to investigated in the main story was dope. The way that you handled the story and had your own little office and going around Japan, the feudal Japan, and man, dude, that I would love to have that game remade. Out of any game in the SMT series, they need to remake that damn game, man. This hurts my heart, dog, because it's like, why not remake that game? That game was so good, man. Now the game is dated now. Like if you try to go back and play it now compared to other action RPGs like Tales and shit like that, it's okay. But I mean, it still was not, it wasn't like boring, man. Like having those demons and fighting the bosses, and man, dude, like it was good. It was good, and Rado was a dope character. Like he was a dope character to play with, going up against all the different, he was going up some pretty tough shit. He was going up some pretty tough shit. And it had a creepy feel to it too. Pretty much all these games had like creepy feels to them because you're dealing with demons and the occult and stuff like that. Like, man, this game really had me questioning some stuff. But like, I'm like, man, should I be playing this? But they were still great though, man. I enjoyed them. They were all fun to play. They really, and then looking at the different, like, because most of the demons like represent like different mythologies and stuff like that that delve deep into that. And dude, these games were, man, they was just great, man. They were hella fun to play. The SMT series is definitely, I have an argument down with myself actually of which one I like more of out of the series of RPGs, SMT or Final Fantasy. And I still have not debate. I still cannot finish that debate within myself. That's a battle for within me. Like, I don't know what I like better, SMT or Final Fantasy. Now, if you want to talk about it, like ranking systems, but like, because most of the if you see most of the SMT games I put in S rank. Final Fantasy, I think I had 3 in the S rank. Yeah, and then but you can't. But they had so many games, man. Final Fantasy had way more games in the SMT series. But I don't know, man. As far as like my ranking go, I put a lot more in the S rank than I do Final Fantasy. So I mean that could give me my answer. Because like all these games at the top, I could play all what is it, 7 of them games or 8? I can play all 8. It's 8 of them. I can play all 8 of them bitches all over again. Them games were dope, man. Anyway, that is my SMT tier list, you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Have you guys played any of these games? Because I know some of these games are rare now. But if you played them, let me know what you guys will rank these games. This is mine, of course. And if are y'all wanting to see some of these games remade, we already got Nocturne 3 or SMT 3 Nocturne remade. Will we get any more? Who knows? Hopefully we do. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video, you guys. This is it for me. Our next tier list will probably be the Xeno series, which not many in that series. It's not many in that series, but I know for one particular game, I know I'll put in a damn D rank. That list is gonna be the first game that's gonna have a game in the D rank, for sure. Anyway, that's it for me, you guys. I hope you guys are having a good weekend. I am out. Peace.